For now. There's talk of moving it, but...
Really?
Yeah. But that's not... It doesn't really matter. I'll just go to work one day, one place, and show up.
Does this detour go that way?
Yeah, the next day I'll go somewhere else. So it won't really affect me. Although it's probably the best office I'll ever have. So that's a bummer.
Most important question is how's the Nespresso machine?
I was going to say I've been drinking 3 a day.
Oh, good on you.
3 pods. I wait till afternoon because that's how long my drip coffee gets me.
Oh, so you have drip before you get to school, listen to me, to work, and then you have 3 pods during the day?
Afternoon, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably why I slept so poorly last night, actually.
I would say so. And then you're jacked up first day.
That's my Nespresso intake, too. I do 1 here, a 7-ounce cup here, and then when I get to school, I have 2, a double, and then at 3 o'clock, I have a 3rd one.
Yep. I think past 12 is too much. Or past. I like to have like an after lunch cup, but I've been drinking it at 3, and I don't think that's good for sleep.
No.
Oh, shit. If I don't have one
Dr.
at
Hilly
3...
thyself.
Yes, well, that's why I'm here, to drink the beer so I can go to sleep tonight.
If I don't have one at 3, I'm messed up.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
I
Look
won't
at
make
that.
it. I won't make it. Yeah.
I just drink the Lungos.
Because you don't like it.
The long shots.
Oh, yeah. That's that's what I do.
Not that I don't like it. It's delicious.
Although one lungo
It's
with a
delicious.
short, one long pole with a short pole, and then top it off with water.
And then
It's
top
a
it
nice
off with a
American
long pole.
Nice American. Yeah, exactly.
A shot in the shot in the shot in the dark.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody responded to my text earlier?
What text?
Your mom?
Yeah. I put ha, but you don't have a... You don't have a...
Nothing sends to your fucking Samsungs.
All right, you know what?
I don't know
Guys,
if I
it
saw.
was so funny. Okay,
I got an iPhone.
Are we live?
You do?
Do you have one right now? Yes, we are.
We are live.
You have one right now?
Let me cut it.
I got an iPhone for work to do.
Let me cut his
Oh.
hair.
Yeah, I'm not using it.
Well, you don't
Doesn't even
count.
have cell
Somebody
service.
canceled out
You don't count.
on an appointment, so you snuck in for a haircut.
I told them
They took
don't.
the whole thing off.
I told them don't touch
What are
the
you
top.
working for?
I told them
Like
don't
3
touch the
months.
top.
They
and
didn't touch the
just-
top,
Yes,
but-
they annihilated the top.
They annihilated it.
Where did you?
He had a coif. Don't you
without
remember
without
this?
incriminating a company. Did
The
you go to a
barbers.
chain?
It's called the barbers. Yeah.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
usually
so
great.
the
I'll
chain.
incriminate them, yeah.
Where or they walk in and they ask your name and they're
Or
like,
you
"Do you
can
want
just
the
say-
regular?"
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I mean,
It's not a good way to go.
No, it was a bad choice.
That's
So.
a bad choice. First word that comes to mind.
Sweaty ball sack.
That's what I was gonna.
That?
No.
We've all
No.
never tasted a sweaty ball.
No, that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
No.
No,
Should I
no,
just wear my helmet
no.
when we're on a bike? Okay.
It is blocking my beautiful complexion too, and so this is where I start, even though Sam's not ready. And damn it!
Uh-oh. Forgot this. Oh. Are you recording?
I am recording.
Okay.
I am recording. Technically, we're 3 minutes into the show already, you know. And what are we gonna do with all? We're gonna run out of time.
Right.
We're gonna run out of things to talk about.
Sam, maybe if you'd show up. I'm here.
Well, the big races are raced. Time to turn out the lights. All that left is cyclocross, and of course, big Ineos fights. Dust off the cross-training stuff. Try to eat less. If you don't, your spring will be a total and complete mess. Welcome to the longest landing podcast on the internet. Welcome to the Rim Break Bar. This is the Packfiller Cycling Podcast. I'm your host, Pat Bulger. We are live on YouTube and at our homepage at packfiller.com. Tonight's prologue question, everybody. Let's see who's here. Brought to us by our friends at Zwift. You know that. I said Zwift. You know them. You know the platform. Get ready to chase some cartoons this weekend. Hopefully that former insult will someday become a term of endearment. Gentlemen, prologue question being, what is your personal take on men's jewelry? On and off the bike. Jewelry. I remember when I grew up seeing, like, Bernard Hinault in the Tour de France with a necklace on, and I was like, and he'd kiss the cross and then put it in his skin suit and then take off down the ramp. Probably swear so much that God would be blushing, but so there we go. Your personal take on men's jewelry on and or off the bike. So first off, he's a fan of light roast coffee, and I still think he's okay. Mr. Palmain, how are
Not
you?
light roast, single. So it's first crack.
First crack is light roast.
No.
Yeah.
What?
New standards.
Who
There's
did
new
the gig
standards.
for like 10 years?
What's
I know,
second
but
crack?
It's all
Second crack
black.
is full city. No. You go past second crack, you go farther
Not
past second
anymore.
crack, and it becomes full city, or it becomes a French roast.
So that's
Or Italian roast is even darker than that.
anyway, we could go on coffee for a
Mm-hmm.
long time.
We could. The theme ended.
Yes, it did.
How are you, man?
Good.
What is your take on men's jewelry?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Never had it. Never
Never
wore
had
it other than a wedding ring.
Your wedding ring is a tattoo, is it not?
No, I have an actual
you do.
ring too.
Oh, you do.
But I
You
got a
also have a
sore the
tattoo.
other day, and I got a little abscess, so I had to quit
Oh,
wearing
jeez.
it, tucking it in and out. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I
So none.
personally do never in my life, never had an interest, never saw somebody and thought, oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And I went through the period where guys' earrings was a huge thing, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not for me.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
didn't
not
do
for
that.
me.
I didn't do that. Next off, he is a fan of eating breakfast meat when nobody's looking. Mr. Sam Maples.
Yeah, well, if I've had enough to drink. Which don't rule me out in the morning.
There we go.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I have a tattoo ring because I don't like jewelry.
Really?
I would count my watch as my only jewelry.
Okay.
But that's also just out of practicality. I did also grow up in the era of thinking, not nearly as old as you. Shoot. Man, my wife told me I should try being nice tonight.
Yeah.
It's already gone.
That's okay. I won't call out the fact that you
We
do
should
have
do,
a taint piercing or something like that
Yeah.
either then. God, that would suck for riding, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ow.
MRIs too.
Every single pedal
forgot
stroke.
about
Ow. The fuck's wrong with your saddle, dude?
Yeah.
It's a straight line.
Yeah,
cut
you go to
across
get a
it.
saddle fit,
Yeah,
and they're just
yeah.
like, there's some weird.
wear-
You have a
wear
third
marks.
sit bone.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I did like the jewelry necklace growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ever wear it besides racing. I had like a silver necklace with a ring for my grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Got stolen out of my
It's
car.
called a climbing chain, so it kind of sways as you're climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, except if you're like me and you just sit still on a climb.
Yeah.
And just diesel up.
Yeah.
Go backwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
go backwards. It doesn't move.
It's hooked
Like
on your
me.
brake levers because you're
Yeah.
leaning so far forward.
Yeah.
Next off, he is a fan of. I'm going to say he actually weighs his coffee, Mr. David Waples. You weigh your coffee, you science-based nerd.
Yeah, and
I
you know what
will
he's
say-
drinking now
Yeah,
instead?
Nespresso.
Yeah,
I
we
will-
did talk about
Pounding
that.
them.
Yeah.
I have been pounding them. But you know what? I have been, as of late, going backwards to the by-feel method. It's quicker, and I think it's pretty good. So
What's the by-feel?
Just like the hot
like,
By-feel. I thought you said like biofuel method.
no, you
and
do
I'm
it
like,
by feel, like that looks
Yeah.
like enough. And
Like
The
the
art.
way we were taught.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Next off, he is a fan of vanilla lattes. Oh no, what is your take on men's jewelry, David? Sorry, thank you, Jackson.
Other than a wedding ring and a watch, never had any, but I think it's pretty dope. Like our little brother wears a
Oh,
our little brother wears a gold chain. I think he looks pretty cool.
dope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does he look good?
Yeah.
He pulls it off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a swag thing.
Seems like a bad idea on the bike. Just saying.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe a wedding ring, but yeah.
Okay. Whatever you think.
I saw a guy get decloved from a wedding ring and a crash, and a bike
Yeah.
crash.
Ah.
He pulled his.
Declubbed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where your
just-
skin
it
peels back.
Peels back.
Jesus,
So-
what?
Yeah.
That's a term?
That almost
Yeah,
happened to
It's
me.
called decloving.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Don't, just so you're wearing a necklace, you don't get de-necked, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Vanilla latte boy. Jackson. Yeah, I did. Everybody was about coffee except for Sam because I never really paid attention to how you drink coffee.
Black like my soul.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to do this thing where I go around and order vanilla latte everywhere and see which one's the best.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that is so practical.
yeah.
Like, then you know. It's not like, oh, well, this place has the best this. And you just get the same thing. You could rate so much off of that.
But that's so relative too, though, if you think about it, because some people like a vanilla latte with more sweetness, some like less, some like
Mm-hmm.
stuff
well,
like that.
if you think about it, isn't coffee just relative though?
Well, yeah.
Lay it on me here.
Isn't life?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all depends on how you see it, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
get philosophical.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, seriously, that's what I came here for.
Oh,
Jackson,
love it.
part of the reason why I put this prologue question together was because I knew you would have a take on it that would be unlike many others.
Yeah. So I mean, men's jewelry. I'm vary for it. I wear a wedding ring. I have 3 bracelets on currently. All of them have meaning though.
Yeah.
My wife made one for me. I really enjoy the evil eye. For those of you that don't know it, it's like warding away the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And then my other one is one I got on my honeymoon. So I wear that every day. And then I have a necklace on as well. And it is a moon, and I have a tattoo of a moon as well.
Wow,
Rip it out of my shirt collar.
Chain.
However,
Don't
damn
break it.
Don't break it. Yeah.
no, it's caught in the collar.
Okay.
However, it's a moon,
Oh.
and I have a moon tattoo as well because my wife loves the moon. She's always loved the moon. So
okay.
yeah, I very very.
She's
for
a
it.
Luna.
She, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very very into it, and I think it looks cool on the bike too when it sways
Yeah.
back and forth. I've never
okay.
had a single issue with it.
See? There.
Jesus
Old
Christ!
farts.
I got it off my collar.
I will say I wanted like a really blingy wedding ring, and then I got a plain silver band.
Mine's plain gold band.
Oh yeah, mine
Cost me
is
$100.
Mine's
Yeah.
like it's a 2-tone metal, and it's made out of a certain metal called tantalum.
So it's really light.
tantalum, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really light, really
You know what-
scratch resistant.
You know what Wolverine's made out of?
If I could get adamantium, that'd be even cooler.
That would be cool.
I need some vibranium.
You could punch anybody and they'd just go through their head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Why can't we do that? Okay, my name is Pat Bulger, and I feel coffee is an art, not a science. There, yeah, David kind of took it from me because we got into that. It was just like going, well, you gotta wait, you gotta do this, you gotta boo, boo, doo, boo. And I'm like, fuck that. Go by feel, bro. Do like the Italians, man. Okay. I am okay with a ring on jewelry. I haven't worn a necklace in a very, 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 very long time. I think I did for a very short amount of time. But I did purchase these, and Jackson gave me a little. When I saw you riding with him, I bought this one, and because I looked them up, and I was like, what do they indicate? What are the meanings? Some people wear them because they're important and stuff like that. Guess what this one helps with?
Heart regularity.
No.
No?
I think I know what it is.
What?
Self-deprecation.
No, the other way.
Self-appreciation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace, strength, and mental positivity.
There we go.
That's
Something-
How's that
Great.
working for you?
I'm waiting for it to burst into flames from how much work it's getting put through.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
melted right
Just
off
like,
my
fuck,
skin.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
You're the most negative asshole in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, I would probably need to be wearing one of those too for your life to be successful. Because I'm
Probably.
such a dick.
Yeah. I have another one too. I have a brown one that's called Tiger's Eye, which is actually pretty cool. And it's
So wait, where are those from? I thought you said you got that on your honeymoon.
His got made.
Oh,
or
yeah.
his got on his
From
honeymoon.
my honeymoon, I bought this in Sedona,
Uh,
and then my wife made this one.
oh.
Yeah. I bought these online. Not a big, not a gift for my wife or anything like that. You know, I could have a big sentimental story behind it, but no, it's just me trying to help me.
It's fair.
But you are.
Anything I can get.
It's
man.
you. The problem is you.
Well,
Anything
now
I
that
can
you
get.
mentioned that, there was a time where I wore, like, it wasn't a Livestrong bracelet. but-
Okay, I was
But
gonna
our team
ask that.
had
Got a road
these
ID.
black ones.
You
And
did.
they're called HTFU. Hard
Yeah.
to fuck up.
Yeah.
And every time I won a race, I'd put one on my left arm. So,
Nice.
and one season I had 6.
Nice.
Just like a
Oh, that's cool.
I remember the first day you did a classic European thing, and on January 1st we all went for a ride, and you took the wristband off as
it was a new
he
season.
could wear the new kit,
Yeah.
and that was when you first came to back to Arrivee. Not back, just to Arrivee.
No, I was on a
Were you on
Arrivee.
Arrivee
Yeah,
when you started?
after you left.
Oh,
It was in the 90s.
okay, it's probably
with,
better that way.
CP.
Oh, okay, okay. Gentlemen, we all got at least one ride in this weekend. We know that. Talk to me about your cycling rides, your cycling life right now. Who got the most?
Me.
Maybe
Yeah, I did 3.
3?
Yeah, I rode every type of bike.
3
this
beats
weekend.
me. Every
Yeah,
type of bike,
just this
road,
weekend.
mountain, and gravel.
Yeah, and then I did a couple other rides, but
Wow.
that one matters the most. The mountain bike ride, because I'm getting a friend into mountain biking,
Really?
and so to make a long story somewhat condensed, he's not, the most aerobically fit human in the whole world. So we're working on that. We climbed to the top of the local ride. How tall do you think Beacon is? Like 800 feet?
Probably, yeah.
So it's a sub 1,000, I think. We climb up there. He's huffing and puffing. We get up
Yeah.
there. I'm like, hey, you want to turn around? Like, this whole point is it to be fun. And so he's like, no, I think we can keep going if it's okay with you guys. So we go down to this little midsection, and I'm like, okay, you want to turn around here? He just kind of looks at us. He's, fuck you, bitches. And he takes off. And
Page
in
right
his-
out of your book.
oh, yeah. And right out of my book.
Yeah.
Because then he thought in his mind he was going to do a cool skid stop.
Oh, shit.
But he grabbed a fistful of front brake and he ejected.
No.
Does the like trying to run off, but eating it and just putting his face in the dirt.
Oh.
And my friend and I are sitting there. We're like, "Don't laugh. It's not funny. He might be hurt." And he gets up. He's like, "I'm good," and then we lose it.
So this is how you're breaking new cyclists in. By
Yeah,
breaking-
honestly,
It's
as
a
I-
mountain bike. That's,
Yeah,
It
right.
doesn't
you don't
count?
do that.
Yeah,
You have to hit dirt.
yeah,
Oh,
you did that
right.
one time.
Yeah.
You know, and then you did great the rest of it.
Yeah.
Right. But I was like, "Hey, you got out of your way," you know.
Yeah.
Right
But
on.
hey, brought a new cyclist in, and
Yeah.
he's all on board now.
Before you know it, he's going to be blowing money left and
Yeah.
right, building a podcast studio and being an idiot.
Yep.
I got in one bike day. Was it?
Wait, what was the Sunday thing where you sent us a picture?
He was just drinking.
Oh, you
They just
drove
went
down
there.
there?
I was drinking. Yeah.
I thought you rode beforehand.
No.
What the-
No.
Well, you didn't
I
even
met my
earn
family
the
down
nachos?
there. No. I didn't earn them. Well, I did. I was working in my yard and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
hey, that counts.
Well, my wife comes to the edge of the deck and she says, "Pat," I had my headphones on. "Pat," headphones on. "Pat," and I turn around. "What?" And she says, "We're going down to Brickwest. You want to come down?" I said, "Well, I'm right in the middle of something." She says, "Well, I got to go get gas and do a couple things. So we'll probably be down there in about 45 minutes." And I just went, "Well, yeah, of course."
Why not?
So 2 days in a row at the pub, but
Yeah.
only one ride this week. I did get in 2 strength training days this week, and actually I did ride today. And this has nothing to do
Before work.
with Zwift, but I did hop on the trainer for 45 minutes this morning.
Nice
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
Wait, so what time are you waking up again?
5:15. Yep.
That is
It's
early.
early.
I tip my hat to you.
Bender doesn't bark like that when I'm getting up in the morning, but apparently my wife's not here, so the dog's going to go crazy for the next 20 minutes of the show.
It's okay. Well, if we didn't have David here, we wouldn't even hear him.
Yeah, that's true. It's David's mind.
Is it really?
I also rode 3 times.
3 times?
Yes,
Okay.
twice on the trainer and once in real life.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Paul.
Just that one.
Just the one? Okay, I'm good. David?
I had 3 as well.
God damn.
One midweek, 2 on the weekend.
How you guys expect me to catch up if you keep doing so many rides?
I don't think that's their concern.
I mean,
Could all of you like get COVID or something like that and just
I
be
mean,
not
I'm
feeling good for
sure
about a month?
The karma is gonna slap me at some point.
Really?
Probably. You know.
One could only hope.
Yeah.
If you had to use just one word to describe your current training approach, gentlemen, what would it be? If you had one word, your current training approach.
At the moment?
Yeah.
At the moment, relaxed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sam?
Non-existent.
Non-existent. Yeah, I'll give you that. Paul?
Yeah, non-existent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want a new one.
No, that's good.
All right.
I'll give you that. David?
can I put some hyphens for bits and pieces? Scattered.
Bits and
Scattered.
Scattered.
There you go. That works.
Scattered. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say mine is
You're doing the best. You're doing strength training and you're doing, you
Yeah.
know, like that's proper. Just doing consistent. It's like me the last several years, I've just fallen off the bandwagon. But if you do that all the way through spring,
I was going to say starting.
you've done a few weeks of it.
Yeah, no, I've probably done 5 weeks of it. But,
See?
Yeah, but no, I just, it's not enough. I mean, my scale is my, I'll get to that. What is your plan for intensity? Anybody going to, when is intensity going to creep into the picture? Has anybody got a plan for it? Or is it just
when I'm
now just
following
zone 2?
David up Haleakala
It is.
That's-
Wowie.
Yeah.
When's that?
in February.
Okay.
Not until then.
We'll post your addresses on the internet so
yeah.
people can
Come on
by.
by.
Yeah.
Clean out the garage.
Smash a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson,
Oh.
what do you
Intensity's always for me.
I notice sometimes because I stalk you on Strava, that many times it'll be like even a 30-some minute ride, but it'll be like boom, 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 all over the place.
Yeah, I know what I like to ride, and I know what I'm good at,
Yeah.
and so I think I train that pretty well. Trying to train other things this year, but I'm never going to lose sight of that. So
Stay on top of it.
yeah,
Anybody else put an intensity into it?
January. That's when I
Not
do
until
it.
January.
Mhm.
That's a little old school, but I like
Yeah.
it. How about diet? Is anybody paying attention to diet?
I always
Has
do.
anybody ever paid attention? You always do?
Yeah, I just eat what I want. That's my
Yeah,
diet.
okay.
I pay attention to it.
Paying attention
That
to it.
looks good.
Yeah.
There you go.
I should probably pay a little more attention with how little I'm riding, but it'll work out.
Do you guys gain over the winter? Jackson does it.
I've
He's still
I've
young.
stayed the same weight for like 5 years.
Oh, just wait till you turn 30, boy.
Okay, wait till you
Yeah,
turn
that's what they said at 25 too.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah.
That's what people say. I'm 31 now. I still haven't gained weight. I'll gain like 2-3
you're
pounds.
huge.
Oh, thanks, bro. I'll gain like
Yeah.
2-3 pounds in the winter, but I think it's just beer. Like, I think as soon as you take a day off,
Or
then
if
it goes
you go
away.
to the Midwest
yeah, oh,
and then
How-
you just come home and
How often
poop
do you
it all
guys
out.
weigh yourself, though?
Oh, every few weeks.
Oh,
Never.
How many times a day?
I weigh myself every day.
Oh, okay, just once.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Healthy-ish.
You,
But
you
I
sound super
I
sure
mean,
about
I
that.
fluctuate. I fluctuate anywhere between 1 to 4 pounds in a day.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
one
that
day to
pre-dump
water.
or
I try to dump in the morning, but sometimes it
Before
just
weighing?
doesn't happen. Yeah, sometimes it just
I had a
doesn't happen.
contest once on that
Really?
with dismount. Yeah.
How much a dump weighed
Yeah,
inside
we
your body
weighed
versus
ourselves
outside your
before
body?
and then after.
Who won?
I did.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
that's about the only time I weigh myself is when I feel a big one coming. I like to hop on the scale before and after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's
For,
kind of fun.
for nobody other than myself, just
I
to
had
be
it
like,
four and a half pounds once.
Oh my!
It was a big dinner.
That's a baby.
That is a baby.
Did you hang on? Were
It
you
broke waterline.
Were you?
Broke waterline.
It touched you
In
back.
fact, it kind of looked like brains. Like the brain.
It smells worse when it breaks the water line,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh.
that water,
Breaks
you never
that
realize how
seal.
much that keeps the
Yeah.
smell
and
down.
it changes the color.
It does.
You know that beautiful painting on the top of, is it the Sistine Chapel?
Yeah.
They're reaching out and
Oh, yeah,
touching
yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
That's your poop and then your butt
Coming
cheek.
up through the water.
That's right.
Almost
Touch each other.
there.
Wait a minute. Did you count? Just gotta get some logistics here. Were you counting bladder volume?
Yeah, the end bladder. Yes.
all right, because
There's
that
a full bladder and
If you really want to get legit about it, you can't pee. Or
How
you gotta
can you
empty
do that,
Or
though?
you empty the bladder first. And
There's no
then
way you
go,
can do that.
Or you empty the bladder, get on the scale, and then go do.
See, we're talking magic right now.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it
Either
works.
that or like a vice grip you got to have ready to rock because you're not being able to block that stream, man. My age, it's coming out. How do you guys measure your fitness when you're not training with others? Are there numbers, statistics you look at, or
Mirror.
is there anything? Mirror.
Amir does
It's
it.
like, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Where's that trainer?
I definitely, I keep an eye on weight overall, but for me, it's power. I watch power, and like right now, I'm kind of afraid of what it's going to be. 'Cause it's significantly
Can we
lower.
all admit that indoor training power is not
Yeah, but is yours
equivalent to outdoor
higher or
training
lower?
power? Lower.
Yeah.
My indoor training power is lower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Substantially.
I mean, it depends because there was a race this year that it was my highest ever recorded power, right? But that's a race scenario.
Yeah.
I think that the nice thing about a trainer is you can sometimes be higher because it's so consistent.
And you guys were saying I apparently need to reformulate my pedals, my power pedals, because you guys were like, no way you're pushing 400
Yeah, so
watts on
when
Oh,
that.
you
you
were-
don't have you calibrated them? Or
Yeah.
do you- okay.
I did when I bought them.
Oh,
but I
yeah, you
haven't,
should do that a couple
At-
times a year.
Yeah, I would think.
Because,
But it's-
depending upon the season, hot,
It's not
cold
that drastic of a
conditions.
difference, though.
But he was in our pace line going after we came up of, what was it, Rudder Parkway.
Yeah.
And he looked down, he's doing 400 watts.
Me,
No.
Pat Bulger,
Yeah,
400
in our
watts. I just
stream.
want the listener to know that I was doing,
And I'm
400
like, there's
watts.
no way.
Mm.
and I, at that moment, tucked it into my sock.
Well, especially
Oh, yeah.
another thing that I
Big dick energy.
also thought about was, where in the pace line were you?
He's on the caboose.
I was sweeping. I was making sure. I was barely holding on, but
'Cause
yeah.
I was second wheel, and I am
and I was behind you.
and I am a bigger person than David is, And so technically I should be getting a much worse draft than you were, if you think about it. So I should be doing more power. But
I was
doing
getting gapped, though. Mildly getting gapped.
Yeah. But I was doing 147.
Yeah, and I was behind Sam, and I'm freewheeling.
Yeah. It's like the eye of a
that's what I
hurricane
think.
back there.
Yeah.
It's like time
It's so quiet. It's like
you guys
birds stop
just
chirping,
wait.
everything freezes.
Yeah.
I'm doing booty gains this winter.
Don't, because if it gets any bigger,
I was thinking, if I'm behind, if somebody sees
Yeah.
Sam's pulling and I'm behind
it's
him,
not that big. You're
And
saying,
you
David?
pop out and you're like,
Yeah, I do this. I have to do that.
Yeah.
I have to poke my
Especially
head
out to
over
the side,
these two
yeah.
humps
Yeah.
that look like big balloons
Yeah.
pushed together.
It's like two
And I have to
turtles
go.
fighting in a tight sack.
Yeah.
David's upset because you want
I
the
don't
big
understand
booty.
how you guys think he has a big butt.
dude, it's just stretched out. That's it.
Yeah, when you're standing
Like
there,
a
you
horse.
literally your
Okay.
legs and your back blend together. Here's like it's
David,
just one straight line. That's not a butt.
here's my vocal impression of a pace line with your brother.
Okay.
Right? I'm at the front. I pull over. I get right behind his ass. Birds are chirping.
I think you're referring to the width of his hips.
The weight pulls the wind
Shit,
tunnel.
was that a leaf dropping in the back?
Oh my god. It is a great draft.
The car behind us needs an oil change.
Wow.
I can hear that.
All right, all right.
Then I pull out again.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's move on. Let's get to our news headlines tonight, brought to us by our friends at Cycle Systems Online, your best source for mechanical education from beginning to full, shop to pro. Cycle Systems, full-on school for bicycle mechanical mastery. Everybody, get ready because Garant's take on the Ineos Insanity is out and official. Well, at least he said it online. Ineos Grenadiers co-leader and former Tour de France winner Geraint Thomas has weighed in on the ongoing crisis surrounding teammate Tom Pidcock, saying in an Instagram takeover post on Eurosport that it is, quote, just messed up, end quote. Pidcock suffered a shock late exit, from the team's Lombardia lineup, a race where he was considered to be an outside favorite, saying on his own Instagram account that, quote, just as things were on the up after the turbulent end to the year, I am deselected. Team sports director Zach Dempster confirmed on Cycling News recently on Saturday that morning that, God, I'm reading this horribly, that the Lombardia start, that the deselection had been a management decision and that is their right. But beyond that, there's been no communication from Ineos as to why the Briton was pulled off the squad, and nothing indicating what his future with the team, with whom he is under contract until 2027, could be. So let's throw out some speculation. I want to announce right now that everything we're about to say is just 5 guys sitting in a bar making shit up. But so what do we think is going on out there with Tom's future with Ineos Grenadiers? Anybody who wants to take that nugget, dance.
Man, it's hard to really see a future with him, especially with turbulence like that. You have such a high-profile athlete on your roster, and then deciding to not bring him to like the last race of the year, where everybody's going to have a lot of eyes on you, is that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I kind of feel like it's going to look eventually like a transfer situation.
Where they're punishing him because he's already told them that he's leaving?
Maybe. It could be that. That's a really interesting point. But I kind of feel like it's going to be a coming together of two heads a little bit, and that one doesn't want to be with Ineos anymore. Because I kind of feel like Tom Pidcock brings along a air of fluidity in the fact that he doesn't really choose one thing. But also when it comes to a team like Ineos with such intense rigidity, where you have to focus on one thing, you have to be this certain type of rider. I feel like they are the team that definitely categorizes a rider, and I feel like Tom Pidcock has been categorized as the wrong rider, and he also I think needs a lot of wiggle room to be able to be the type of rider that he is. So I just don't think I don't think it's a good fit anymore, and I think that both of them will eventually come to a point where he's got to go.
Is he a problem?
I would think that's probably some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to wonder if management's the one that's making the call, because of this last race he was second behind Tade. So it wasn't a form situation.
Yeah.
And management said, and not his director said, no, we're pulling the plug on this guy. So whether there's some bad feelings or whether he's just not good for the team. I mean, we only see, like things on Unchained where he just pretty much is telling his director, no, I'm making this. This is the race that I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, when you undermine, you're paying somebody who to be a director, and you have dissension in the mix that does not help the team at all, the mojo of the team. That I think there's several factors there. I've heard, I can't remember if I read it or heard about it, that he's going to focus just on road cycling this Pidcock.
So he's dropping the MT mountain
bike for next year. He wants to accomplish. Now he gets paid handsomely, and if you think about it, he's had not too much success for somebody who's getting paid what a Grand Tour winner gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be some of it too.
Yeah.
He had an amazing season. I mean, it's like saying, is Education First getting any benefit off of Lachlan Morton doing what he does?
Other than his YouTube, that's about it.
I think it's still. I honestly would argue that what Lachlan Morton does is
bringing in
probably
the
some of the
most
best
amount of money.
advertising product that they have.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean when I say such intense rigidity when it comes to a team like Ineos, is that like he's that very much like, he's not like Lachlan Morton. I think that Tom Pidcock and Lachlan probably wouldn't get along that well.
No.
But I think that he needs room to do all his different things. But I think when you come to a team like Ineos, you have to be a Grand Tour winner. You have to be one of the best classics. Yeah, domestiques, classic specialists. If you're not, then eventually it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You're a cog in the wheel. You have to work as a team on that one.
I see him more as like a Julian Alaphilippe, like a one-day specialist, and it's like the team's got to just like bring him, being like, hey, we don't really care what you do.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
It seems a bizarre setup that somebody like Tom, who's had such success, especially, I mean, you look at him on the mountain bike, wife's home. You look at him on the mountain bike and what he's achieved in those single day efforts. Yet, again, the system, the method of thinking, wow, you're a good bike racer, we're going to make you a tour champion. And it's like, just stop it. I mean, quit trying to convert these incredibly talented riders into something that they're not going to be. Especially, let's be 1,000% honest, in the time of probably one of the biggest legends to enter the sport.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, one of the worst things to happen to Tom Pidcock and the relationship between him and Ineos is that, not this last tour, obviously, but the tour prior, where he was like top 10 for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
I think that, or his Vaughan 2 win.
Yeah.
Those situations are the ones that really hampered the relationship, because I feel like they went, we've got our next Grand Tour winner. And that's like, that, he was never that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he ever was.
I heard he wanted, that's one of his goals, and I think that's what he signed up for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he kind of made that mess.
If he was headed out the door, we've heard rumors of Q36.5, which is, I remember when Sagan went to Bora Hansgrohe, everybody's like, "Ooh, shit, what are you doing?" There are rumors of that, which is a continental team.
And the owner of that owns Pinarello.
Oh, there we go.
There's the connection.
Yeah. Where would be a good fit, in your opinions? What would be an ideal fit for a guy like Pidcock?
What he wears on his head every time he goes out on a bike.
Red Bull Bora. Yeah.
Do they have? I think that team though is setting up more for Grand Tours. So,
yeah, I just think sponsor affiliations.
Yeah. I would say the best thing he could do is just stay in mountain biking and cyclocross.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I feel. I think he's a good rider and everything, but if he wants to have his own way,
He is true to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, he's had a couple good road experiences.
That's what he loves.
But
He loves mountain biking, so he does do very well in that.
yeah, that's a good point.
Honestly, I could see him going to like an Alpecin de Koenig as well. I know they're all wrapped around Mathieu van der Poel and Jasper Philipsen, but they don't really go for the Grand Tours ever.
Yeah.
So I think that having another classics guy on there could be a big help. But I think that he wants that main tag on the door.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be the center of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got to build a team around him.
Yeah, and you can't build a team around him when Mathieu van der Poel is sitting in the room.
Yeah, and that's where this 36.5 might be. A Q36.5 might be a good fit. You know,
Yeah.
you never know if they're willing to invest in other riders. They are starting to. I can't recall. I saw the headline today, and I should have typed it out. There is a Jumbo Visma rider headed to that squad, so maybe this might be the first of that type of waterfall. But what's the future for Ineos? I mean, is all the great teams do eventually go away? You know, I could think far back as
La
Claire or you know, Renault or those kind of the super teams. The first real super team was La Claire for sure, and they all go away at some point in time. And are we seeing the beginning of the end for a team such as Ineos? No, I don't.
They're
expect
going to have to
happen.
regroup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. I think some. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sam.
They've got the backing.
No, I just was gonna say, like, I think they have the backing. It kind of comes down to, like, is Dave Brailsford wanting to continue doing this? Because if
Brailsford's in full on in soccer.
Yeah.
He's in
yeah, I'm just,
football.
but he's still like, you know, assisting them with like direction and all that, and he was the big part of it. So if he doesn't like return to more of a role,
Yeah.
I think it's gone. Like, I think that, you know, it's gonna fold eventually. Like that those sponsors will go to other places, I think.
Yeah. I think, like we just mentioned, I think that the interest is definitely shifting, and really, they're starting to notice where the money is, and it's not in cycling. So I'd be interested to see within the next 5 years to see if there's a main title sponsor change, and then how that could really change. You know, if for shits and giggles, let's just think of this. Let's say a Saudi, you know, investor comes in and just does this boom,
Wow,
massive
that'd be weird.
takeover.
Well,
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy who owns Ineos,
Mhm.
he's the richest man in England. He owns
Yeah.
Manchester United, and
Mhm.
they've shit the bed.
Badly.
And in F1, they
Yeah.
sponsor Mercedes, who used to rule. They are
They have a sponsor, a sailing team too.
Well, and what
So-
I find so interesting about, I mean, I'm speaking strictly about Manchester United. I know them very well. It's, unfortunately I do, but it's all about the image of it, what it looks like. If you bring in some sort of signing, it's all about like how good that signing looks. It's not necessarily about the quality that they produce. And so I wonder if that's a theme, you know, along there. And going back to the whole Saudi investor thing, I wonder if they could, you know, just pump in all this money and bring in these huge name riders, and maybe we see a resurgence from this team. But right now, it doesn't look very good.
This is going to sound terrible, but those huge high budget teams, do you think they're really getting that return on their investment, or is it an ego issue where you've got 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, major egotistical people who just want to have their name on a kit?
I thought you didn't make money by owning a team.
Yeah.
I
don't
thought it
think
was
they
always
do.
a
Isn't that
loss.
Tinkoff
It's a
situation?
sponsorship return, one would think, but
that's so hard to really.
are you
honestly
getting the
get at.
advertising dollars?
Yeah.
You know, did more people mail letters because of the U.S. Postal Service sponsorship?
Yeah.
Did people
Yeah.
buy more Slurpees because of the 7-Eleven sponsorship? I did.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if there was a 7-Eleven team right now, I might actually stop there for like mid-ride breaks. So,
Yeah, Slurpees.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't know how the Postal Service one worked.
The hot dog that's been rotating on the spit for about 4 days.
Oh, stop! You're making my mouth water.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of transfers, Piers Remco Evenepoel will keep his gold bands at Soudal Quickstep for at least through 2025, until 2025. So the rumors of him leaving teams is going by the wayside. He's going to stay with the squad. But how are they going to build a team around him? Again, another rider who's brilliant at one-day efforts, but he is still 25.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe there's more moments to develop him into something above and beyond.
Yeah.
And still returning from a big accident. You know?
Yeah.
it sucks that we are talking about all these riders with such special talent, and then there's just it doesn't matter
Yeah.
because there's somebody else who's got more.
That's what
One
kills
guy.
me. I mean,
Yeah.
now we know how, Raymond Poulidois felt, or, a lot of those riders of the Merckx era who were just like, come on, man. What the fuck? Come on.
Yeah,
Remco himself said at Lombardia, he said, we're racing for second.
he did.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
just
that's
knew
awesome.
it. Yeah.
God, what would that be like?
Anybody getting sick of it yet?
No.
It's
Because you're
amazing.
watching history.
I think
Yeah.
we will. I think we will get sick of it.
No,
I
don't.
won't.
I don't
I
think
won't.
so either.
But I also didn't get sick of Sky. Like, I think that's so cool that he's changing the game. It's just like Sky changed the game at the time.
Yeah.
And now there's somebody that's better in it.
Sky racing was boring as
I was gonna say
See?
this is way more entertaining.
I respect the game. Like, the fact that they could, like, they had this methodical approach to, like, making it so that they would just ride it in an insane wattage. I respected it. That's crazy. Like, Tade, I mean, he's a genetic mutant, but he's also on an incredible training program.
This just
That's
popped
so
into,
cool to see.
This just popped into my head. Would you say the heyday of Legion was very similar to this technique and style of Sky?
Yeah.
Front, full speed,
Yep.
Yeah.
full gas.
Don't let off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also think though I would love to get a docuseries. I know.
Oh.
Surprise, surprise.
Nothing better than
I love a good
docuseries.
Oh, fuck me. That's a good. But I would love some sort of like inside about what they did psychologically and emotionally to other teams, because that was the thing that really came to fruition through the Legion era, as we
Yeah.
could call it, was that they bullied teams as well. I know that's such like a trigger word, but like they really did. They
Yeah.
showed up and they said you all suck.
Yeah.
And they made people feel that way.
They
So-
emotionally bullied people?
Okay, no, I'm not coming out and saying that, David.
Not like schoolyard.
You should have
bullying,
seen the
but,
Instagram. It
Yeah.
really crushed my soul.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But like, I think like, I'm not saying they emotionally
Well,
bullied
social
people.
media was a huge part of that
Yes,
success,
it
though,
was.
too. I mean, they incorporated that to a brilliant tactical element.
I think psychologically, what Legion did was really interesting, and I would love to hear what Sky did as well.
Yeah. Notice how we're saying "did"
Yeah.
Because it's
Another
gone.
again. Yeah. Yeah.
And something else will replace it. This is just the way that it works, and that's why I think like enjoy it as is. But yeah, at some point somebody's going to take the reins from Tade, and that'll be fun.
God. Somewhere there's a kid just watching bike racing.
In the U.S.
Being grown in a test tube.
He is.
Being grown
Yeah,
in-
exactly.
It's the only thing that's going
He
to beat
takes
him.
one breath every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That
Right,
kind of
right.
thing. It's like,
being grown out in Ohio or
yeah.
Yeah.
you
He's
know
right.
Missouri.
Got a resting
Yeah.
heartbeat of 6.
Yeah.
Like,
Corn fed.
Yeah.
Corn fed.
All right, to address tonight's topic for the show, we are mixing things up a little bit. So first off, tonight's topic is brought to us by some friends at NordVPN. You want to watch cyclocross without searching the dark web? Well, trick the internet into believing you live in the areas that allow the broadcast and enjoy away. All while knowing your computer is safe and sound with a properly secure VPN from NordVPN. Trust us, you guys, it rocks. So tonight, strangely enough, we're going to start with changing times with Paul Main to kick things off. Paul gets his segment before the topic. Everything is mass chaos.
Dogs, cats living
Together. Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
That's from
That's from
Ghostbusters, man.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
the original movie.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Who's a ghost? I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to joke about that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Paul, what
So-
you got for us?
Oh, well. So one of the things that triggered this whole topic for me is well, the title, I would title it Mimicking Our Pros. We
Yeah.
have a tendency, if the pros are doing it, then obviously it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Training methods, diet, whatever. Everybody's looking for that silver bullet. And with Tade's moving up to moving down to a 165
Yeah.
crank arm, there's this big push to shorter cranks and stuff. And I heard Larry Warbass talk about that on his team. They were trying to get everybody to go down at least one. He was on, if you're on 175s, you're going to 172.5. It's not a drastic one,
Wow.
but one down. It didn't work for him because what it does, didn't change his power so much, but it created more. He had to turn revolutions faster, and he was not. That's just not his ability. He had to end up going back up, and people forget this. And I started looking at Tade's position. When I'm looking, he was going up the hill in Lombardia, and I'm like going. He sits his seat's forward and everything, and I'm thinking there is no way. And he rarely gets out of the saddle. Mm-hmm. He holds that position almost the whole from the attack. Every time you see him, his hands, his hoods are turned in and everything. Mm-hmm. And so that kind of made me travel back, like what was big when I was first started, and was long cranks. Mm-hmm. I mean, I knew guys locally ran 180s, and even in crits.
I had a mountain bike with 180s that I sold.
Yeah. I mean, that even in road bikes, it was a big thing. And then Greg LeMond started doing with his bikes, and after he won in '89, he created this slack seat, seat angle. Mm-hmm. So typically in his size is like 73.5. He rides, I think, like a 56 or a 55, and then he went back to a 72.5, which pushed him way back behind the pedals. Well, people started trying to get. That was a big trend because we had Italian frames. Were pushing the other way of direction, and Racine's typically on a 60 centimeter where I rode then was like a 73 to 73.5. Racine's were 74.5 to 75 on the. I was like, jeez, but they're great for crits because you're in that position.
Yeah.
But you're thinking, well, if the pro's doing it, we got to copy it too, and I just don't believe just because the pros are doing it. It's not a good thing for us to do. And you can even take it to, like when I was a little kid in baseball, that the worst thing to do is watch a pro in his batting stance because they ended up getting so many different little twitch. One of the famous ones was Morgan. What's his name? Anyway, Joe Morgan. He played for the Cincinnati Reds. And when he had his arm up, he would flap it a couple of times before the pitch came. And so kids started doing that without not even knowing.
No clue.
Yeah. No clue because that was just like, oh, he's just getting ready. And so people started copying it. The reason he did it is because he had a habit of dropping his elbow, and it needs to be up. And so his coach says, I want you to flap that to make sure you've got that space. So it became a habit. So sometimes there's a reason pros are doing that. And like I think physically people are built differently. So Tade's 165 millimeter cranks work for him, but it's not going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
And same with spin to win. That was the thing because that's how
Chris
Froome, and not only that, even Lance.
Voldemort did it big time. Yeah.
He did a lot, and so I went through a period where I kept training, and I do not have the lungs to do that. I cannot do it. There's no way. Yeah, I did it for like 3 years, and I finally said, screw it, and my time's going up. Like Hatch and all these were increased by 30 seconds to 45 seconds. So that's what I'm talking about. Do not mimic your pros.
Don't mimic the pros. Okay, so with that being said, I'm taking over from Paul. And it's game show time, everybody. It is time once again for cycling fads. Yes, no, or hell no.
Maybe so.
Hell no. Yes, no, or hell no. Brought to us by...
Beer.
Nothing.
Beer. Just beer.
Just this beer. Brought to us by beer. Fueling champions for decades. All right, I'm going to give you guys some fads that have come across the sport within the last couple of years. And I'm going to ask you guys yes, no, or hell no. You can defend your answers. You can say if you've done it. You can say if you're going to do it. Or you can say if you're no way in hell you'd be caught naked doing it. Okay? So, for example, our first one, inward brake levers. Towing them in, bringing them in. Okay? We've seen that a lot. We've seen a lot of riders doing it. Tyler Pierce, the vegan cyclist, says, bro, put your hands in the air. Now lean forward. Bro. And then he leans forward. And his hands just, bro. They go right on.
You nailed that.
Yeah. And he just said, look, bro. Gucci.
Not me, man.
Gucci.
Yeah, this is how my arms go in the air.
Take your hands. Put your hands like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Bro.
Like this.
Then just lean forward.
Yeah.
And then you're doing
I
the
don't
bars.
shake my...
Yeah. That's how you shake a hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wrong.
But bro,
Hell no.
But bro,
who would do it? Who's yes, no, or hell no? Jackson.
No.
No.
Well, it's not my choice. It's kind of really Sam's choice.
Sam could tell you, it's just like, we're gonna pierce your taint.
Yeah.
When it comes to
It's
how
better for your saddle placement.
It's good for 4 watts.
I'm gonna try that on.
cut out
I'm
on
gonna
this
try that on you next time we do a fit.
I'd be like bending over
Let's
so
talk
far you can
about
hear the wind in my
taint.
asshole.
Yeah. So my answer is, it's kind of Sam gets to choose for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, yes.
I
no,
would
or
say yes, but not to his significant level.
hell no? Okay.
There's a
Not
yeah.
that far in.
Yep, but definitely yes.
I would say if it takes away your wrist pain, if you have wrist pain,
Yep.
I just don't see
Personally for you though.
No, I don't have
Hell
a
no.
problem. Me, no, never. I am concerned that once I have to be switched over to disc brakes, that reservoir up there may cause wrist pain. I may have to turn them in just for that
Okay.
because the way I ride,
Yeah.
I actually hold like they're turned in.
Yeah.
But I don't have to have them turned in.
David, yes, no, hell no.
I wouldn't just do it to do it, but if it made sense for more ergonomical comfort, I would do it. But as a trend, no, you shouldn't just. I don't think you or hell no, you shouldn't just turn them in because other people are doing it.
I'm gonna say do here shortly because I do it.
You do.
I do to a certain extent because I have had wrist issues, and I remember Sam, you first bike fit, you were like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put your brake levers in. I went, no, I look stupid. Everybody make fun of me,
dude, bro.
Like
bro,
this.
just
Like
look at your
this.
hands.
Shake my hand.
Bro. Just lean forward. Lean forward, bro. It's more aerodynamic. It's more, bro. And I have it to an extent on my bars now, just because I do have wrist issues and I do have hand numbness, and primarily in these 3 fingers. 6
median nerve.
Yeah. And so I get a little of those issues. And Paul, as you said, on my gravel bike, I have the older SRAM with the reservoir on top, and they are even farther in because it's annoying to the extent. I found myself like this, on like Trump dancing on my gravel bike, and it's bad. Shorter cranks, yes, no, or hell no, Jackson.
I'm going to say I'm going to refer to Sam again, but he said if you are more of a sprinty type, having shorter cranks is actually worse. So hell no.
Oh,
Hell
he
no.
listens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hell no as well because I got my ass smoked by some 180s. Maybe I need 180s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul?
I would say I would leave it up to your fit person, and I think also I know that if you do primarily crits, it probably wouldn't hurt to just go one size down.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
David?
I'm gonna say no, just because anytime that's the
Longer cranks, your knees will hit you in the chin, you little guy.
I know
Well,
he
see,
runs 162s.
I thought we were talking about shorter cranks. Yeah, I can't go shorter than 160.
That's what I'm saying. If you went longer, they'd be like,
Yeah. Come on. I feel like you're just commenting on my arrowness.
Yes.
You're trying to comment on my height, but it's just I'm just so arrow that I'm down by my knees. Yeah. No, that's the one thing when I hop on another bike that I cannot stand is if the cranks are the wrong length. I feel like I only have one range of motion now.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change it.
Like I said, I experimented in longer cranks. I think I'm in 175s now. I am on 175s now. Bikes came standard with 172.5s for a long time.
170 usually out of the box,
Yeah.
and then 172.5 started going.
And I bought those 180s for a mountain bike, and boy,
It's like stepping over logs.
it is. And by the way, that is a great way to never clear a rock when you're on your mountain bike. But I sold that bike to a guy who I don't really care for.
Yeah.
So I hope his knees hurt like shit right
Well
now.
done, sir.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump around because I got a lot of them. Brighter kits, bright colors to race in, kind of EF first. Yes, no, or hell no. We'll go over to David first.
I don't like it. I like
I don't
earth
like
tones,
it.
and so no, not for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
David, listen to me.
I'm with you, man.
David, listen to me.
I do listen. Yeah.
Well, you're the fit guru. Jackson's the
he's
style
the style
guru.
guy.
Yeah.
All of my stuff is with
Defer to
Jackson. Wear
Jackson.
this.
Yeah. I'm wearing mood bracelets because of my kid.
I'm gonna buy some.
Yeah. Paul?
No, I've never. I don't think I've been on a team. I probably wouldn't even join the team if it was bright. I think red is okay but you know, Rick, you
see red in nature like in 3 places. So
nature.
Blood.
I said earth tones. Yeah.
Blood, and blood. The Red Sea. No, that's not red. Shit.
Blood.
Yeah, I would say I don't really care about whatever the jersey is, but black bibs. So sure, if it's neon color, I could wear an EF kit if it's black bibs.
That's just because all your butt hairs stick out and you want people to notice.
Yeah, I don't want people to see my butt hairs.
Butt hairs?
They stick through
There's a lot of it because his
his
butt is big.
Big butt hairs.
Booty.
Yeah.
They stick through his bibs. Look closely.
No thanks.
I think I'm good.
You guys spend all your time back there.
Well, the hair stops moving because there's no wind back
Yeah,
there.
that's fair.
So you can't see it. It's just still.
It's
Again.
like going-
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Wow.
Jackson? Bright kits.
I used to really like the bright
Yeah.
kits, but now I'm much more into like the muted kind of sleeker earth tony type
Yeah.
of jerseys.
I never thought I'd wear blue shorts.
Barely blue.
Me
know.
too.
Barely.
They're like
Me too.
dark
I thought
navy.
so. That was crazy.
Skin suits for longer rides or races. Skin suits for longer races. A lot of people are starting to do
Sure.
it on a consistent basis.
If they're like ours,
Yeah.
speed suit.
Speed suit.
Yeah, speed suit is different, right? I
Yeah,
they
skin
have
suit is
pockets
different than skin
and-
suit. Skin suit, no.
skin suit
speed
is what
suit,
you wear in a
yes.
time trial or maybe in a 90-minute or 60-minute crit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't stand up straight.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pee.
But
A
you're
speed suit,
definitely
you can
numb by the
pee.
end of it.
You've got pockets,
So
but
why
it's one
sk-
piece.
So why skin suit then? If
Why?
you've got a speed suit, could you use just a speed
Yeah.
suit and a crit?
Oh, you could.
They're not a
Yeah.
zero.
It's not.
No.
It's not as tight. No,
Well,
No.
by a size down.
you can stand up in a speed suit. You can't.
I can stand up in a skin suit.
Well, you got to buy a size down. It's too big.
So
It's
you
too
know
big,
the
yeah.
different.
You need
different the
medium.
skin suit is all connected. In
Yes,
front,
absolutely.
just a zipper.
Of course I know.
You
so
can-
if there's if there's a flap, I'm for the people who are not here.
Yeah.
That if you can unzip, even though it's connected like 3/4 or almost all the way through,
Yeah.
you can unzip and kind of open it up a little bit. That's what classifies.
And
as
it's
speed suit.
nice getting it on and off that
Yeah.
way too, so you don't have to
Mhm.
do this
Yeah.
elbow, the shoulder bob and stuff to get it
Yeah.
off.
I will prefer a speed suit for the rest of my life. To answer
Really?
the question, hell yes.
Long races.
Yes.
You would like
Yeah,
a
if I-
90 miler.
If I had two, I 100% would.
Really?
Because like when we travel, I don't have a washing machine.
This
So
is
I got to like do my other stuff. But if I had two, I would 100% do it.
That used to be all that we used to wear.
Yeah, speed suit. Yes.
Y'all just got to get yourselves a bucket and a washboard. Go out in the back and get her done.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you can stand up straight in
Yeah,
a
that's
skin suit.
weird.
I thought you could. I thought that's how you knew they fit. It was you
Yeah.
couldn't stand up straight.
Yeah, you're like, you walk around and it's like,
Yeah, you walk.
I
up,
don't- I
You walk
never
up to your
know.
bike like this, and then you just hop on and you get going. All of a sudden.
For those of you not watching the podcast,
you should watch.
This is why you should watch
Yeah,
the
yeah,
podcast. So we're all yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like a gravel race. Sam, would you
Yeah.
skin suit a gravel race?
Yeah, no, on a skin suit. Speed suit.
Speed suit.
Speed suit.
See?
Same thing.
Nope, different thing.
The speed suit is
The
just a
difference
skin
is
suit
a
that's
skin
evolved.
suit is got a zipper down the front, and they're all attached all the way across.
Yeah.
A speed suit.
No, I
has-
understand. But let's be honest. The speed suit is just an evolved skin suit.
No.
No.
I know a guy
is-
that knows the difference.
So see, you know the
Yeah,
difference is
here, Paul will explain it to you.
It's got pockets. Skin suits do not have pockets. A skin suit has a zipper going all the way down to your navel. A speed suit has pockets, and also you can spread the top part open so it's easier to get in and out. There is a difference. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Swap Shop. Merck's time trials. Yes, no, or hell no.
Yes.
yeah.
It should be
For
the
amateur.
only type. Yes, for amateurs.
Amateurs.
Yes.
Only thing for amateurs. Sam, you were
I want to
hesitant.
use my TT bike, and no.
They can have
That's
a.
fine.
Yeah, I don't.
Flared bars on gravel bikes predominantly, but I've seen them on road bikes. Flared bars. Yes, no, or hell no.
What are you talking? Like, because I have.
Fuck no.
I was gonna say Sam has.
I'm just saying nobody else even gets a decision on that. They're stupid.
I have flared
No.
bars on my road bike.
Yeah, they're not. No, I'm
Not
talking the
drops
this.
flaring
It's like
out.
this.
Oh,
yours
no.
are flared. That's fine. You can have like 42 on top, 44 on bottom, maybe up to 46.
Mine are 2mm flare.
Yeah.
Which I say yes to.
Yes. Not these new ones where it's like 50 all the way at the bottom and you're so wide far out that's like, this is a mountain bike now.
Yeah.
Ride a mountain bike. It's not a road bar.
Aero-specific designs in frames.
Such as, what do you mean? Just an
Aerodynamic
airframe?
road frames. Aerodynamic, just general frame, but it's aerodynamic.
Hell
I know
no.
what Jax is going to say because he rides one.
Yes, and it's done me pretty well.
Your frame is aerodynamically
Yeah.
prioritized.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Hell no.
I'm not
Sam just
impressed.
doesn't
I
like
don't.
putting them together.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
it
yes.
just beat
Well,
the
I
shit.
think you're right.
I had one in the past and it beat the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's right.
Aero bikes are rigid.
Stiffer.
Yeah.
Or stiff.
I'm a yes.
I'm a fan. Yeah, I don't want like the full aero bike, but you can have aero
That was the
profiling
question.
without having
Full arrows.
Oh, that was the
full
question.
aero like the Venge or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a Venge.
It's been excellent for me.
One by drivetrains.
No.
Yes, no, or hell no.
No. This is road biking. Hell
Road
no.
biking? Hell no.
I
Road
think
bike.
it's
Road
stupid
bike
from a guy
primary.
who never uses his small ring, but I still
Yeah,
think
that's
it's
a funny.
stupid.
That's a
Yeah.
funny take.
Yeah, that is funny.
Yeah.
Why don't you just switch?
Well, when I climb Mount Spokane, I have to use it,
Mm-hmm.
so it's nice to
So
have that.
once every 7 years.
Yeah.
He needs it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's funny. I've had my bike for almost 3 years, and it has never shifted well in the front. So I have just become that.
I've noticed that
Yeah.
lately.
So I just don't really use the inner ring because I don't want to have to shift back into the big ring.
Oh my God.
Maybe
So-
it's just based out of laziness. That's why I didn't.
Yeah. Well, that's
Well,
why
I got
I'm
to
going
move
to
this
give you my
lever
bike this
again?
winter.
Oh, forget it.
You're
Yeah.
you're
I'm
about
almost to
8
the
years
top.
away from knees like your mother because
No.
she creaks when she walks up the stairs.
I'm 8 years away from quads like Paul's.
And calves.
Yeah.
Chicken wings to stand up. I've noticed some of you guys doing it. The little bop, bop,
That's
bop, 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 bop. I'm
That
standing
is
up.
the standard. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to do that so the person knows you're going to be throwing your bike back.
But we've been not doing it forever.
Wait.
Why suddenly now is it so critical that I go, I'm gonna stand up?
Are these okay?
Because-
When
sorry.
did we not do it?
Are these like what
Oh,
are we?
shit, we-
can we describe
this
chicken
is-
wings? Is this like Paul's?
It's
you
like,
know,
I'm riding along in a
No,
in a-
not my flesh curtains.
No.
Oh
No.
no. Okay.
That,
no.
that
We're
old
riding
age-
along,
What- so
riding
it's your
along
skin
in a
thing.
pace line. You go boop boop
Oh,
to stand up.
Hell yeah.
But it's
It's courtesy.
Please tell me this is only picked up within the last 3 to 5 years.
Probably as speeds have picked up.
I'd probably 10. It's been about a decade.
Yeah,
Don't
I
give
did
me
it
that
back in.
speeds have picked up shit.
Oh, I think that's absolutely the thing. I learned it from my friend who was racing for Jelly Belly, and like I don't
That's
know.
a
Then
while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while.
yeah,
ago.
it was a while ago.
I'm
It's been as long as I started riding, people were doing that.
Do you do
a
it?
double hand.
Yeah, or double
Well, no, because
hands.
nobody's ever actually on my wheel. You know?
because you're taking up the back.
hey,
There
Yeah.
you go. There's that banter.
hey, he's not taking him to the back.
He's slow.
Yeah, I'm not taking it to the back. Pat's taking it to the back.
My job.
He's a
He's
sweet.
stuck in, yeah. He's back there enjoying the birds chirping.
Sunglasses that go over your nose. I know what Jackson's going to say.
Hell yeah. They're awesome.
Fuck no.
I can't do it. I can't
I
do it.
Not
can't
a
do
fan.
it. It's too cool.
I did.
I'm not that cool.
I'm so anal retentive about the dirtiness of my lenses anyway. I would see like a spot on the top of the lens of my nose and be like, I gotta pull over.
cross-eyed.
Wait a
You'd
fucking
think
thing.
you'd think
exactly.
you would. There's a nose piece actually.
Yeah.
So my nose doesn't even touch the
No,
lens.
I understand that, but if I scuffed it or anything like that, I would see through it and I would see it, and it would
Interesting.
make me crazy.
I think that's kind of like the question with jewelry because like our brother can pull it off, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like Jackson can do whatever he wants, and I'm gonna want to be like him.
How about the helmets? The helmets that are leaning towards more aero for mass starts, like those cask ones or what are the POC ones even.
No.
Paul's shaking
That's
his head.
pretty bad.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awful.
So we're hell
Hell
no.
no, cool as king.
Yeah, it's not worth
Not
getting
worth overheating.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Oh, cool. Like stink. I gotcha.
It's
Yeah,
also
cool
like
stink.
we
Cool skin.
like we do put things on our bodies that prevent us from standing up all the way. So why am I going to do that in public?
What is that?
The skin suit? We just
What?
talked about.
No,
that.
skin suits don't do that.
No.
The difference between
need
a
a
skin
downside.
suit and a speed suit is
My shoulders will not let me downsize a skin suit.
Mm.
I'm not joking.
You'll just tear out of them.
Oh, I would Hulk smash that fucker. I would just be like, this one fits,
That's
and I'll stand up and
and
it'll
just
just like,
little coat.
yeah, I'd be just like,
All of the seams burst.
Richard, what's happening? And I'd just rip it out the back. It would be so bad.
I had one I couldn't even hardly breathe unless I was bending over.
Oh yeah, there was like a time in which like
That must have
on
been
our
at,
last
like,
team
Castelli.
they would be like bend forward
it
and then
was
you'd
a
have to have like a
knockoff
teammate
brand.
zip that up and you're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh my god, these are freaking idiots. POV cameras. I, as someone who tries to constantly create content via my bike and my handlebars, is it just me, or does most point of view footage from somebody's bike, isn't it just really boring as shit?
It's kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if you ski or snowboard, nothing you do looks cool on a camera unless you're like a Red Bull athlete.
Yeah.
You have to huck yourself over a 100-foot cliff for it to look cool. Doing a 20-foot jump just looks stupid.
Yeah.
So everything we do on road bikes, honestly, on a point of view camera, you're just like, are they going fast?
Well, everybody, every shot of footage I take is most of your asses.
Well, yeah. Is it quiet though?
It is.
When you get behind
Whisper
sand.
quiet. Whisper quiet.
I think that it's one of those things. I did that
Suck
actually
my
in
camera off the
college.
bike.
I did like a cyclocross race with one.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to look so cool because it's so epic.
Yeah.
And then I like watched it back and I'm like, that?
Shit.
I'm bad at bike racing.
The only POV placement that is really good is on your chest.
Yeah.
If you wear that stupid chest harness. And it makes it feel like you're wearing a training bra. But
Yeah.
that's the best.
I
Here's
think the
my
helmet
take on
one's
that.
kind of cool.
Here's my take on it. When that first came out, like 10 or at least 10 years ago, when I was watching YouTube, I loved it. It was a perspective that we didn't have.
Yeah.
I think if you show, there's quite a few guys that show crit races. What's his name? Will Harden and stuff like that. And he's racing these top-notch crits, how fast they really are, and you hear the voices. You do get a sense of on those type of races, but in the lower categories, yeah,
The
not that big of a
360
deal.
cameras help too.
Yeah, and that
Because
helps
you can,
quite a
you
bit.
can adjust the
Yeah.
perspective. It's like having multiple cameras.
But I think that had its day.
Yeah.
As in, like, because now the novelty's gone. So, but I follow myself going to, I'm watching like the Tour de Bloom drink.
Nope.
Crit series. And even there's a couple of guys that did the EPO. And I like watching it just because how I perceive the race, if it's a race I'm in,
Yeah.
and what really happened. And that gives me another perspective. And as in, like, what I should do or did right in a race based on somebody else's camera.
You want to see how good you look
Yeah,
too.
no, not so much. I don't want to see
Should
that.
be a director.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I don't have
Be
the
good
time.
at that.
I think, yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's interesting. It depends on where you put it, though. I think that if it's on the bars, I like it, but if it's on your head, I don't really like it at all.
Yeah.
But then you can they turn around and you can see
Where they're
kind
looking.
of like what they're
That's where
like
the
looking at.
360 cams work
See,
really well too.
What I like about that, what I don't like about that, is you're at the mercy of people switching their head angles all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So if somebody switches right at an opportune time, you don't know what's going on. I don't know if I love the 360 cameras because of the angle that you get. It's so wide. It's so fisheyed that it almost is too much for me. And I like that just like straight on the bars and the seat, the right on the bottom of the saddle, I think is very important.
in back. Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to see both angles. But the stabilization of cameras anymore, it doesn't seem as, Sam, like you said, it doesn't seem as epic
Yeah.
because it's so just like, David, you said it as
Smooth.
well. It's not that cool. It's not that intense as we really think that it is.
My wife and I do watch some YouTubers who are mountain bikes, and they do chest cam mounts, and it's actually it's more enjoyable because you're watching this terrain. I mean, holy shit, they went off of that, or something like that. But that's a lot more enjoying. But road, I don't find any enjoyment on POV stuff. Wearable fitness monitoring, like Whoop and the Oura Ring. Anybody gonna fall victim to that? Nope. Jackson, yes.
Yeah, I wear a Garmin watch.
I mean, yeah, okay.
So that's,
I guess that counts. Yeah, you're sleeping with it.
It's a
and stuff
wearable.
like that. So yeah, I'm wearing it all night long. I'm getting my sleep data, even though I don't know if I necessarily need it anymore.
Yeah, I do. I look at that every once in a while.
Yeah.
I guess I do have a Wahoo watch, but
David, how important is it for me to pay attention to my HRV? Sorry, throw you under that bus.
Didn't we talk about HRV
Yes, we
once?
did.
Yeah.
We did.
It's worthless.
It's basically worthless. I mean, it's just you can't really use it to deduce anything about what's going on. Like if you're trying to train, like there's so many other factors. You could be doing something stressful at work that throws it off.
Mm-hmm.
If all you ever did in life was ride your bike, eat, sleep, and train like we all want, then maybe it would be helpful. But we're all working people that have many other stressors in life. So
worthless.
Okay.
we're all worthless.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it's worthless.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I agree
Thanks
with
for the
both.
clarification.
Bonus question. What is a time outside of cycling that a fad caught you? Through fashion, through music, through cuisine, through whatever it might be. For example, I fell victim to the neon craze. I fell victim to the weightlifter pants craze. I fell victim to the cigar craze. I remember going, hey, I'm going
In a
to smoke
humidor?
a cigar. Yeah, I had a humidor and all that shit. I was drinking martinis, smoking cigars. And those really make you smell like ass for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like my hand smells. It's just like, it's gross. Anybody fall victim to a really bad trend or a fad that you'd be willing to admit? Paul's stewing a story in his mind.
Burrito bag.
What?
I feel like they're dumb, but I love it.
What?
The
I
burrito
don't
bag,
think
the
that's a
burrito bag on the
stupid-
bars.
Oh.
I think they're kind of dumb, but I really like it. I would use it more.
I
But,
think I have one. I never use it.
I have two.
Do you? Yeah.
I think it can be handy for if you're just in Italy and roaming around, right? I wouldn't use it on just a typical day, but no. Mine is going to be a subwoofer.
Oh, yeah.
You should have seen me
in your car.
in my car with lights and
Because
everything.
an internal subwoofer in your house is
Oh
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Builds
no,
the
no,
house.
no. Yeah. No, in my car.
He had the lights that would go
with
with the
it.
beat of the music
I was
under the
cool.
car.
Pulling up alongside him, he's going.
And the underside of the
You
car.
hear the
and-
license plate shaking, and it's like, what an asshole.
Yeah. Your hair is
Yeah.
shaking inside of my car, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool."
I always wanted
6 foot white.
I always
dude.
wanted to pull alongside those guys and have the same song playing, but turn all my treble up.
Yeah.
So all the pedestrians get a nice mix.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A Millie
Thank you.
by
yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's
Turn that up.
First time I've ever heard anybody say those words together.
Yeah.
Jackson, you ever fall victim for anything?
I think that in right before 2020, the 90s were really big in fashion.
Oh,
They still are, but there was just you got to look exactly like the 90s. Almost in my senior year of high school. And I didn't
Like Aaron Carter.
I don't know who that is.
see, he's not that
Yeah.
dorky.
What?
Anyway,
You know who Taylor Swift is, but you don't know who Aaron Carter is?
Yes, because I
not
care
really-
about real
because
fame.
one
That's-
is
yeah, that's
freaking legit.
not a real
Aaron
comparison.
Carter
What a
was
terrible-
real
I
fame.
want candy.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah,
I
nobody.
Want Candy is Bow Wow Wow.
Yes.
No.
No, it's it is a remake
Fuck
of.
you and
Yes.
the horse you rode in
Fuck
on.
you.
It's a remake.
It is a
Yes.
remake. Yeah.
Jackson,
Anyways, but
take me away from these assholes.
I always try and find trends that I enjoy, and I stick. Now that I'm older, I stick with the ones that I like. But I used to, when I was in college, just follow the trends, and I don't anymore.
Any
So which was-
specific ones?
I think bomber jackets were really big a couple of years ago, and I bought a bomber jacket, and I don't like the bomber jacket. Really floral shirts were really big, and I really liked that. Super tight jeans for men. It's not that anymore.
Yeah, I can't help it. My legs are big.
How long do we have?
No. So
I got a lot of them.
You're a fashion victim.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but
Okay.
it was cool at the time.
All right. Paul Main.
Yeah, I think when fashions go through, you do.
These
I
horseless
never
carriages came out, and
Oh.
everybody was riding around
Oh
in
my
them.
gosh, steam engines! I
Yes.
thought that was the thing.
Then the Wright brothers
Yeah.
closed their shop on a Sunday and went and made this machine that flew through the
geez.
air.
Oh my gosh!
That was 19-aught. I just wanted to say aught and something.
I had on trends. There's some trends that when it comes to fashion, I never go to the extreme. Like skinny jeans, it's like that's too much. But a little more straight leg,
Yeah.
fine. I mean, that's just the way. Extremes, I try to say. Now cigars,
Did you
I
fall
liked
for
them before because I had an uncle that I idolized ever since I was a kid, and he smoked cigars. So even in high school, I would smoke cigars before it was even big. But I kind of lost that because at my age, it's just not a good habit to have, and they've got very expensive in the time. Like my favorite cigar went from $2.50 a piece to like $12 or $13, $14.
Yeah.
I've never smoked a cigar before.
I like them.
You're
I
not
like them a
missing
lot.
out.
But people don't appreciate
hate
it.
'em. Yeah.
I like the smell of cigar smoke. I know people don't.
I like the smell.
I don't
pipe
like,
smell.
and I just thought about that today because I went to the downtown burrito place, and I'm getting a burrito, and some guy was blazing up on a blunt, and I'm like, I do not like that smell.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
not at all, and I think that's rude. And I thought, well, I remember getting kicked out of back when you used to be able to smoke in a bar. When I was smoking a cigar, the cigarette smokers kicked me out of the bar because my cigarette smoke smelled
That's
so bad.
ironic. That's
Yeah, I'm
ironic.
like, really? I get
Yeah.
kicked out? Yeah, the bartender kicked me out.
Yeah.
So you got to finish that outside.
He's not fully inhaling. He's not giving himself cancer. Get him the fuck out of here.
I want to smell that marble smell.
Yeah, when in reality the
yeah.
paint's fucking dripping from the wall.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
so
This
gross.
paint's crying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't drink whiskey back then, but now that I do, I bet I'd like a cigar again. Although there's a trend I will never get into is there's people adding the smoke to their whiskey glasses and stuff like that.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
It's
on
like
that.
just like so stupid.
I thought you were about to say whiskey. I was like, no,
No.
don't back.
I got an Irish for you, Sam. I got an Irish whiskey for you to try.
Okay.
12-year-old Redbreast.
Yes. Is that the box out there?
That's careful.
It's
You
not
can't say
fun.
that on the air.
Yeah, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's a bird thing. It's a bird reverence.
Okay.
All right.
Come on, jeez.
So mac and cheese night at your place, and
Exactly.
cool.
Exactly. So let's get to our segments because we're getting down there. We've got a couple segments left, and the segments are brought to us by Zwift. That's right. Get free play controllers with every smart trainer purchase to celebrate Zwift's birthday. 10 years of Zwift. Who would have thought it? Not me. We're going with fit tips. Sam, what you got for us this week?
Yeah.
Although we
wow.
talked about cranks, we talked about all this kind of stuff. 3D printed saddles I didn't bring up, but
guys. Okay,
okay.
I'm
Here we
deep
go.
diving
Okay.
because I am at a crossroads here.
Oh.
All right. So
Midlife
as
crisis?
we all know, I've talked to people on this podcast. I got a new bike.
Yeah.
And I'm on the debate right now of do I keep the group set that it came with, and this is where the topic is going, that is Shimano, ergonomical, like it's great stuff, or do I go with the SRAM, less ergonomical? Like if you look at the new modern day stuff, they're having a really hard time fitting these reservoirs into the shift hoods and making it so that, it's like a comfortable hood to hold, which, gosh, man, we've had hydraulic brakes for now, 10 years? Mm-hmm. How
There's
are we
nowhere
still...
else they can put the reservoir.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Ceram's done. They extended their new one now. Has extended the hood from the bar to the hood
So it's out
itself.
farther.
Yes, they took it
So
out of
it's
like the top
long.
part.
Yeah, so the top part is like my rim brake one. It's just
Yeah.
a little
Little
knob
nub.
on the top.
Yeah.
But it's about that long.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
that
it's
long.
about-
And then it's also a very square design. So, like, it's not a comfortable, like hood to hold if you do your position.
Mm-hmm.
And then also dependent upon, like, hand size. So, it's interesting. Like what I wanted to talk about is that you have to approach now like bike fit with a whole bunch of different things. And I've had a lot of questions. I mean, today I got asked, this person's looking at those two different, a SRAM road bike or a Shimano road bike, and what would work best for them. And I have to like consult them on like, well, you know, like, how big are your hands? What kind of riding do you do? Because there's so many different things that you have to take into, you know, consideration now that are never was a thing when you just had to deal with, you know, cable actuated stuff. I'm glad that I'm like learning more about this now, because it has been an area that I've been like, I don't really know much about, but the ergonomics of shifter hoods has changed drastically, and I think that in the next like 5 years they'll probably have it more dialed towards what the mechanical side was, but we're still figuring it out somehow. So my fit tip is, before you go and buy, you know, like a road bike and gravel bike in particular, definitely talk about like what group set you're getting with whoever you plan to do a fit with, because that will definitely change depending upon your riding style.
Well, on top of it, I mean, if you're measuring somebody's hand, that's going to have a direct correlation on saddle height, because the size of their package.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because you know what big hands mean? Big gloves.
You're tucking it in the sock.
Big gloves. You're tucking in your sock.
Or that.
Yeah.
Means you could get away with ankle socks, probably.
Yeah. Ankle socks could work.
Fine, you wear the time trial socks only on your left leg. That's right. Oh my God, we got an Ask Dr. David tonight.
Wait,
Still
wouldn't that be a
close to me.
small penis situation? If you
No. Because
The
the
big
ankle
hands.
sock is like the.
Oh, you tuck it on the right. Okay, because I'm. Yeah.
You're tucking it in over there.
I gotcha. Sorry, wasn't following.
I wanted to ask you, I read an article today on, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due, from CTS, Carmichael Training Systems, about creatine use in older cyclists. To deal with issues with like muscle mass loss and things like that. And every time you see creatine, you think of somebody who's listening to the wrong podcast right now, because they should be listening to Rogan or something like that.
Sure.
Just like, bro, or something like that. I'm creatine, God, just rages, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
Go forward. What is creatine, and where would it benefit the cyclist?
Yeah, it's good. So creatine in endurance sports, I am not sure that it has. It can be useful. You're not wrong in thinking that like creatine is primarily seen in muscle building sports like weightlifting and football and everything, because it's the way it's traditionally been used is to bulk up. Creatine is a molecule that's used by muscles. You can build it up in a particular form that is readily accessible for like big bouts of activity, so like powerlifting or sprints.
Okay.
And so by supplementing, the idea is that you're loading your muscles with this molecule, and then you have a little bit of extra energy to get a better effort out of your workout. And then subsequently, if you work out harder, you'll hopefully recover harder and you'll build more muscle. So it's been, I think most people think about it for weightlifting. There have been studies that look at it for endurance sports, and there have been outcomes that suggest it would help with sprinting, essentially, short efforts. But not great evidence to suggest that it's going to help you with long endurance, time trial like efforts, sustained power over hours. And keep in mind, when we're talking about creatine, it's a loading situation. Has anybody used creatine? That would have been a fad. Like I don't think I ever actually used it, but in high school, everybody was using creatine for, I don't know, football or sports or whatever.
Yeah, wrestling.
It's not a fad. It's still.
Okay,
I know people that still are doing it.
There's even still a lot of endurance athletes that are using creatine.
Really?
So, I mean, you can do like a loading dose for a couple of days and then like a maintenance dose and whatnot. I I don't think that we can convincingly say that it's going to work for everybody. But again, I've always said I don't think that there's one glove that's going to fit everybody here, or one shoe or whatever. One size fits all.
Of course not, because my gloves are huge.
Oh, that's right. They definitely wouldn't fit me.
You tuck it in the sock.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Specifically,
I don't. I got it.
I don't.
Specifically,
We
though,
all
you're
saw
talking
you in
about
white
older
shorts.
adults.
I'm thankful that my wife will stay with me. Sorry.
Specifically, you're asking
Come
about
on, bracelet.
older adults. Did they happen to specify an age?
No. I
They just said
didn't
older?
read that far into it.
Okay.
It's like a 2-minute read, and I had 18 seconds.
Well, I thought it was funny you brought
I'm
it
an
up 'cause
American.
I think it's interesting.
40 characters or less.
It ties in nicely with the question last week about sarcopenia, muscle
Yeah.
loss, and this is a muscle gain situation. If your goal is to build muscle, and which increased muscle mass over time can increase your life expectancy and bone density and whatnot, it wouldn't be unreasonable, but you should definitely be checking in with somebody in the healthcare field, because creatine can leave you susceptible to kidney injury, liver injury, dehydration, and the older we get, the more prone you are to those sorts of things. So you can't just like universally say creatine is a good supplement, everybody should take it, yada yada yada. In general, I don't recommend supplements to anybody. I mean, there's prescription ones I'll recommend, like vitamin D and calcium, but I probably wouldn't suggest that to people.
Well.
But it could be safe if you wanted to experiment, and everybody's body's different, so it might work for some people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Connor Dunn from GCN did it.
Yeah.
A little, just within the last month.
Did you get swole?
It increases power for sprinting. It backs up everything you said.
Yep.
He said, if I knew what I knew, he said, even if after doing this study, if he had that information when he's racing, he probably wouldn't have done it.
Wow. Okay.
So that was just his take on it. Everybody's just to reiterate
Yeah.
everything he
Yeah.
said. It's like it didn't make that big of a difference for him.
Yeah, you get a lot of water weight with it.
Yeah,
so,
that was. And he
so I
mentioned that
will say
too.
when
Which
there's
was one thing that people were talking about, is like being able to load on more water weight for.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you're more hydrated, but you might just be more, you have more water in the tissues.
Bloating.
Or it's just in the muscles, but not necessarily accessible for metabolism. But there is no doubt that it helps you build muscle.
I would
that's
be
proven,
concerned
so.
where you get your stuff too, because
Alrighty.
most people get it at health food stores, which are not regulated, by the way.
No, it's very well known
It's
that
just
a lot of these contain things like testosterone.
It's
And,
just a
Yeah.
tub of mouse droppings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
We're gonna round out with the cool down, Jackson Bulger, because we got to cool down, right?
And I want to know what's cool.
What is cool?
So to start this off, we all, in a way, have a little bit of an addiction here. I'm not talking
I
about
only
substance.
had 2 beer. Oh,
I'm not talking about substance. I think that we all have some sort of like fitness addiction in one way, shape, or form. We weigh ourselves. We go to Maui and we choose to ride our bikes the whole time. We look in the mirror and say, "Jesus Christ, we need to get on the trainer." All of us have some sort of thing,
Amen, brother.
he got us all in like that
In those two
snippet.
sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except mine was weigh ourselves. God damn it! Couldn't I have been something like better?
But we all
No.
have some sort of addiction when it comes to this. And that when I mention the Maui thing, it's not me like giving any sort of slight to it, but I think that vacationing is something that all of us probably find hard to do. And when I say vacationing, I don't mean we go out on a trip and we go for runs or walks or rides or things like that. I mean we take a true sit around vacation.
Oh no!
And so
Your demons are talking.
I have come to notice over the past while that when I use the word vacation, I don't want to be fit. I don't want to go on, like, I might want to go on a walk. Maybe a hike here and there. Even though I went on vacation and we did a bunch of hikes, but it felt different. But I guess that's a part of my addiction. But when I go on vacation, I would say 7 times out of 10, I prefer to just kind of chill out and not do a whole hell of a lot. What do you guys feel? Sam, what do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like where this is kind of coming from is that like when I was in the heart of racing, it was very much I couldn't take time off the bike. I couldn't not train. I mean, there's local riders that I know that it's like I'm gonna be gone for 3 days. How do I make it so that I'm only missing 1 day of riding? You know, so like that's a thing. I'm not like that, honestly, anymore, but it brings me such joy because my life is so busy. For instance, right now, like I'm barely riding, that when I go on vacation, it's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. Like, I could go out and ride for an hour and a half and then go and chill. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, it's more of I'm not using it as training. It's more of just like, I get to go explore around on my bike or hike or do something active. But I think Dave is going to say this exact same thing. It's all about being active and then doing whatever, but I want to do some kind of activity on vacation.
Well, and I think that is also a form of self-expression.
Yeah.
You know, that's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Paul?
Wow. So usually my vacations and my wife and I go to Europe, it is total laid back. I mean, we travel to go see, you know, sites or whatever, family, and it's laid back. It's indulging in food, beer, wine, you know, just taking in culture and stuff. And so that's, first time I went to Germany, I did that panic thing and took some running shoes. And that lasted about 3 days because I was eating German food. And the next day, I can't get up. I got out of bed. But we go for us, we walk on the average of 10 to 12 miles a day. Yeah. And that's what you do in Europe. You just don't, you don't sit around, you know, so. I mean, there's still activity. I can't sit.
Right.
But walking around, moving, taking insights. And I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. David, what do you think?
We build our vacations around riding bikes these days. And to me, that is the ultimate vacation is I want to be on the bike. To be on the bike, I think it's and it gives me the ability to just plow through their cuisine. And I love that. So to me, I'm like, I want to work up an appetite and then I just want to eat. I don't care about shopping. I don't care about sitting around. I want to see places and like go places that you can only go on a bike and then just eat the crap out of wherever we go.
Yeah. See, this is really therapeutic to me to an extent because first of all, I have always thought of myself as a little high strung because when I go on vacation, I have a really hard time. I can't sit on a beach and read a book. I can't do it. No. If everybody's sitting on a beach and reading a book, I'm the guy who's going, hey, we need a beer run. You may need somebody to go into town and get dinner stuff for tonight. And so I have to move around, but then I'll find a point in the trip where I'll kind of chill. But like Paul, you were saying, if we're walking around all day and I get home at the end of the day and I'm kind of cooked, no, I don't need my bike or something like that. But I do need to do something in order to be on vacation. One of my most memorable vacations was when we went to England and we did the barge trip. We're on a boat in the canals or the canals as
Anals.
Anals.
Yeah, as our friend Matt Stevens would say. But you're working. You're moving maybe 7 miles throughout the course of a day, but you're getting out of the boat. You're controlling the locks. You're doing all kinds of stuff. You're going in, walking into town. You're having a beer at a pub. You're coming back and do that kind of stuff. That's a fun vacation for me. Just sitting on it. I can't sit still on a beach. I've never been able to do it. Now I nap every day when I'm on vacation, but hopefully I've earned it by the time I get to it. So it's.
Yeah,
I would love to take my bike on a lot of things. My wife likes to ride. She isn't a lunatic about it. So she's like, for example, we a couple weeks ago went camping, and one of the days we walked around and did market shopping, and there was a farmers market kind of thing, and had a great time. And then the next day we went for the tandem mountain bike ride from hell, but we still did it, and that was fun. So
But I
Well,
think
was-
she would very much be like, she just wants you to be happy with whatever it is that you're doing. So she's not going to be like, I
Dude,
don't
we've
want
been
you to
married
bring
for
your...
we've been married for over 30
Yeah.
years. She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care what you do. If you want, if riding a bike makes you happy, go ride your bike.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's going to do whatever she wants.
She
It's
will.
vacation.
Yeah, there have been rides like that when I'm saying, "Hey, we're going someplace. Does you mind if I leave for 3
Right.
hours?" And she's like, "Well, yeah, if you come back and you take a nap and then you're productive, cool. But if you come back and you're a zombie,
Yeah.
fuck, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole."
Totally.
So, yeah.
I think vacationing is so personal, and I think
Yeah.
everybody does it in such a different way. I like to do both, but I have no qualms about how everybody else likes to do it.
There we go.
It's fun.
Same.
All right, I got one final. We got to be quick for the outro. So here it is, gentlemen. The final K for the show. What show have you been binge level obsessing with lately? That is our final K for tonight's show. Anybody want to go
Rings
first?
of Power.
Birds of Power. Never even heard
Rings
of
of
it.
Power.
Rings of Power.
It's the Lord
Oh,
of the Rings thing. Yeah.
nerd. Paul.
Finished up Slow House. Slow
Nerd.
Horses.
Slow-
Slow Horses.
You
yeah.
took mine.
Yeah.
Great
But I'll do
fucking
another
show.
one.
Great fucking
Long Shadow.
Okay.
Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Clarkson's Farm, another docu-series.
Great,
No, see,
great
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
See, you took my Slow Horses. My wife and I watched Bad Monkey, which was actually pretty good on Apple TV. Vince Vaughn. It's kind of like a modern day Fletch.
Yeah.
He's a smart ass.
I've heard it.
It's not bad. It's not
Well,
great. But
if Rings of Power makes me a nerd, that makes you a dork.
Penguin though. Fucking watch Penguin on HBO.
Okay.
There we go. This brings us to the end of another Packfiller podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe as it truly helps boost our power. Drop us a review on your favorite podcasting platform. Gentlemen, thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Pat.
I don't care what everybody else says. You guys are
Difference
all right.
between a skin
Pat.
suit and a
Oh
speed
my God.
suit is-
What's the difference between a skin suit and a speed suit, Paul?
Well, it starts like this.